Around the Table on Harrison's Original, KHOZ.
Welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It is a Friday here in the neighborhood. And welcome to the show, Ann.
Same to you,
It's
Dan.
almost like you're coming into my show, and it's not the case.
That's what you act like.
I know. I'm sorry.
You're such a bully.
Ooh.
He's
Okay.
not. He's not. I'm just messing with him.
Let me, I tell you what.
What?
Let me be the bully today.
Okay.
I'm going to bully you like no one has bullied before. I don't know how to do that. What do I do to start?
I don't know.
How do I do that?
I have no idea. So,
Well, have you got big plans for the weekend?
today, actually, this afternoon, I'm
Oh, yeah,
going
yeah,
to,
yeah. You told me about this.
explore J3 at the Gap.
J3, yeah. It's kind of a unique place.
Yeah, it's in Newton County, and
Do you know much about it?
no, I went and looked at their website, but my understanding is we're going to take an ATV type or UTV, whatever.
A tour.
And it's
Yeah.
going to be an hour and a half, and there's different, I think there's cabins, there's different areas, and it's, I don't know.
And there's hiking trails there.
Yeah,
There's cabins, and then there's like a group building
right. I like a
that you can have
community
a party in there.
Yeah.
But it's all rustic.
Yes.
Yeah, with
So
all
I'm
the good
excited
amenities.
about that.
Yeah.
My email said, please wear comfortable shoes and whatever, because you're going to be getting in and out.
Yeah.
I said, oh, how about shorts?
Yeah, and take some water with you because it's going to be
I will.
hot today.
It will be hot for sure.
Yeah,
But anyway, I'm kind of
That's fun.
excited to go do that.
that's fun.
My partner in crime had other fish to fry. He had other commitments.
Who's that?
That would have been you.
Oh.
Since you were invited
Yeah,
as well.
I've got family issues.
Yeah,
Got to
yeah.
family matters.
Yep.
Yeah, I had death in the family, so
Yeah.
we're doing a memorial. Something today. I'm not. It's just a precursor to
Okay.
the big event.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Which is going to be interesting next week. We're going to memorialize him next 4th of July. We're having everybody from his family is coming
Mm-hmm.
in, and he would have wanted everybody to celebrate.
I
So-
think that's,
so
I
we're
like
gonna
that
celebrate.
idea,
Yeah.
to celebrate his life.
Yeah. So we're
Don't
gonna,
make it so morose, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is your brother-in-law.
Our brother-in-law, yes.
Yeah.
Sean Summers.
Well, our heart goes out to your family for
Yeah.
sure.
It's never a good time when you lose somebody and he and I were good buddies, and we were building a relationship together, and he would when he'd come over, we would excuse ourselves and go do the man thing. We talk
I
man
see.
stuff. Well, let's go out and look at the tractor, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yes, that's.
So
I
we had a good time together while he was here.
totally understand that. So,
Yeah. But it is going to be hot today, so
I think it's going to be a scorcher.
we may even have some heat indexes.
But it's not going to be as hot as it was
Oh, yeah?
yesterday. It's in the low. It's in the high.
Well,
80s.
I came out today and I'm thinking, man, it's going to be hot because you could feel the humidity and the heaviness in the air. Anyway, what's the weather going to be
Well,
today?
Dan, let me tell you what the weather's going to be today. It is a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly after 1 p.m., partly sunny with a high of 87. Tonight is a 10% chance of showers after the early morning, and that is at 70. I'm sorry, the low is at 70. Saturday, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 7 a.m., partly sunny with a high of 86. And then they go on. It's a 50% chance of rain, but they say new rainfall amounts between 3/4 and 1 inch
okay.
possible. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday night is a low of 71. And then Sunday, a continued 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high of 88. And Sunday night, a 30% chance of showers, partly cloudy, and a low of 71.
Yeah.
So take
okay.
it on from there.
Monday, it looks like chance of showers is going to be in the 70% precipitation probability, and then a high of 87. So it is cooling off just a slight bit. Monday night, 30% chance of showers with a low of 69. 40% on Tuesday with a, gosh, it's staying under 90. So that's going to be hopefully a nicer week.
Respite.
Tuesday night, low 68. Wednesday and Thursday, high in the upper 80s, and a 40 and a 30% chance of showers on Monday and Tuesday.
There is your extended forecast,
Yes.
according to Dan and Ann.
Really?
And the National Weather Service.
Yeah. Yeah,
We don't make it up.
Yeah, we don't want them to take much part in our.
Oh, heavens, no.
No. So we have a guest today that I think people will be interested in knowing. There's the North Arkansas Transit Services.
Transportation Service.
Transportation. Oh, transportation service.
Yeah.
I said transit, which
I
is
think it's
basically
transportation, same thing.
Okay,
but-
transportation, TION, transportation service, and I know that you see them around town, but I kind of want to know more in detail.
Me too.
What-
And
who
Jack
they serve.
Chism is going to be here to fill us in on that.
All right.
He'll give us all the scoop.
Yep, we'll have him after our first break, and he will let us know all about gnats.
I want to remind people at least one event, and that's Tyler Farr concerts tonight.
Tonight, oh, yeah.
Tonight. This is June 27th. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and I think ticket sales were really, really good on the VIP. I think they were all sold out.
I think they're sold out
Yeah.
on the VIP.
Yeah.
But as last count that I saw, they still had premium lawn at $30 and general lawn at $20.
okay.
But they've changed their protocol as far as you can bring a clear glass bottle in because it was going to be so hot.
Oh,
They
yeah.
thought maybe that would be a good thing to let people know, although there are concession trucks available
Right.
for this.
Yeah.
But also, they mentioned that you can bring a wagon to haul your chair in,
Oh.
but to please be considerate with the wagon and not take up,
up too much room.
a space that a chair could sit in because
yeah.
they expect a full crowd.
Yeah.
And this is Tyler Farr's the headliner or the main event, and Sadie Bass will be there as
Yeah.
well as Chris Luno and the White Buffalo are going to open up. So that all commences at 6 p.m. The gates open at 5 p.m.
at
Gates
5,
open
yeah.
at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So go enjoy that. There's food, beer, country music on the creek.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
It should be fun.
It'll be interesting to get a report afterwards to see, the
Yes.
numbers and how well they did. And,
Yes.
a successful event like this will always push another event into.
Sure. Well, they already have. They have Comedy on the Creek coming up.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
then they have, was it Saving Abel? That's booked
Oh, I
to
didn't
be
hear that
at
one.
the AMP.
Oh,
Yeah. So there's
Very
a lot.
nice.
They're starting to fill up their calendar a bit, which is great. That's the whole point.
good.
But
Always nice to see a community that does community things.
sure. And I want to remind people too. Next week is the 4th of July, and they'll have the Fire in the Sky celebration as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that's going to be nice too.
Yeah.
They have a big. Did they announce what they're going to do? I mean, we know, but I'm not going to say.
I
Unless,
have not seen the announcement.
Okay,
so
but
we are not able to divulge.
But it's going to be a little more spectacular than last year.
Yes.
If you expected, so many fireworks and the impact level on your psyche was a certain level, it's going to go up higher than that. So
Bigger
you need
and
to,
better.
Bigger and better. But
Yeah.
you got to be there because you won't be able to see it everywhere because this is not going to.
Right.
You have to be close to see it. Anyway.
Anyway, there you go.
Yep.
And that's that.
Was there any other events that you wanted to talk about before we?
Well, the Beacon Park gospel singing is going on now. It's already
Okay, it started the 25th, didn't it?
Started the 25th, but tonight is there's several artists that will be featured, and
Okay.
then Saturday as well.
And just to let people know, it's a free event. And I would imagine if you want to go out tonight, you can.
Yeah,
And tomorrow.
it is an outdoor event, so bear that in mind. If it looks rainy, maybe you should bring a umbrella or something.
Yes.
Anyway, it's located at Beacon Park, which is 5 miles north of Harrison, towards Branson. Bring your lawn chair and come and join them for some wonderful music. Okay,
All right.
there we go.
Our topic to ponders are winding down this week, and this week's question is to reflect on the ways people may misunderstand you. Gosh, and aren't there a million of those ways?
They keep
Do you
becoming revealed.
Do you think people misunderstand you?
Yes, I do.
Recently, maybe.
Like, yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So how does it make you feel?
Not well.
Yeah.
Not
Are
good.
are
I think they
those-
misunderstand my truth.
Are those people inaccurate in their assumption of
Yes, they are.
their total judgment of you?
They are, and they don't. The problem with some of that is, text messages, we talked about this a bit yesterday.
Yeah.
They can be misconstrued and misunderstood. And I am guilty of doing that. And it was completely taken out of context, is how I feel about it. But I can't go back and change it because I don't have a good rapport with the people that it involved.
Right.
So I'm kind of stuck in here in limbo land. And if you know me, my integrity is very high. I mean, I that's all I got. It's my reputation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somebody messes with it.
You don't do things maliciously or for ill intent.
But bullies will try to make you feel like you did.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm
And
stuck.
that's one thing about being misunderstood. The people that misunderstand your heart and your intent, they will always take the dark and lower road.
Exactly. They won't try to find out the truth. They won't ask you.
No,
but we never even did the little doohickey.
We did. I haven't even asked the questions yet.
We've answered it.
So let's ask the question.
Okay.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
And so what is the topic to ponder for today?
What would you want people to understand about you that they usually miss? Well, I don't know that
Your integrity?
as a whole that people who know me know my integrity. I believe they know my heart. And people who are deaf ears are misinterpreting and going with it, running with it.
Yeah. I think that when I get in a situation where someone misunderstands me is because they think
Yes.
before I say anything that they're in the wrong frame of mind.
They've judged you already.
Yes, already.
We're finding that out.
You
in
could
the
say
world.
you could say the most positive thing to them. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't, and I'm learning that, and it's a sad reality to learn, especially at the age that I'm at. You know, I have never been this misunderstood in my life until
It hurts, doesn't
the
it?
last year. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
But so
Well,
it.
and I blame
Social media.
social media and electronics for a lot of that because you feel so empowered
You do.
because you are so self-righteous.
Say what you want to say to my face so we can have a normal dialogue about it.
That's what's bad about it.
Let's be grown-ups here.
Yes.
But
Well,
Anyway.
now that we have raised the temperature up in the room by 10
my
degrees,
blood pressure's been up. It's been a wonky night.
go to our Facebook page and answer the question for our topic to ponder for Friday. What would you want people to understand about you that they usually miss?
And I have not checked to see if our graphic's up. And I don't see it, so I'll write it.
Okay.
It didn't make it.
We'll
So,
do it.
I'll
We'll
put it up.
put it up. All right. Let's do some history.
Okay.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
If we let the Republic of Korea go under, some other country would be next, and then another.
Okay. This was in 1950, 75 years ago. The UN Secretary Council passed a resolution calling members to help South Korea repel the North. 2 days before North Korea had invaded the South, President Truman warned of a domino effect in explaining why he felt a need to send a message to the communists.
Yes.
It was a flashpoint. All of the anger people had inside of them that they were not in touch with because of oppression came to the forefront.
This was in 1969, 56 years ago. Police raided the Stonewall Inn, a gay bar in New York, Greenwich Village. Patrons fought back and clashes considered the birth of the gay rights movement. Jim Forate, who was there that night, recalled it years later.
And we're not able to do the next audio, but 40 years ago in 1985, the legendary Route 66, which originally stretched from Chicago to Santa Monica, passed into history as officials decertified
And
road.
I have a piece of asphalt from the original Route 66.
I've got to get my thing.
Where you going?
I've got to
What's happening?
I had to get-
What is
I
it?
threw my topic to ponder
Oh,
in
okay.
the floor, so I need it to write it.
All right.
I will uphold our precious right to dissent, but burning the flag goes too far.
Whoa.
This was back in 1989, 36 years ago, 6 days after the Supreme Court ruled the First Amendment allows people to burn the American flag as a form of political protest. George Bush called for a constitutional amendment that would make defacing the flag a crime. I don't know where that's at.
I don't even.
I don't know if it made a difference or not.
Right.
But I know that they're doing it quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
Patty and I obviously are very disappointed in the outcome. I frankly am stunned.
14 years ago, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich was convicted by a federal jury in Chicago of a wide range of corruption charges, including allegations that he tried to trade or sell President Obama's U.S. Senate seat. Blagojevich and his wife Patty were in disbelief after the verdict was announced. Blagojevich was later pardoned by President Donald Trump in February of 2025.
Yeah.
Every single person is unique, and how you look and how you are should be part of your mantra.
Fashion designer Vera Wang was born on this day. It's a birthday cut. She is 76 years old today. Wow. She credits her mother with teaching her to embrace style in women.
She's done that.
Yeah.
Nothing will stand in our way.
Dave.
I will finish what you started.
Wow. Writer, producer, director J.J. Abrams was born on this day in 1966. He's 59. Abrams' vast resume includes the TV series Lost and the newest Star Trek and Star Wars films. That was a clip from 2015's Star Wars The Force Awakens.
And he's done some Mission Impossible films, too.
Ah.
Yeah. He's got a very strange style of directing and cinema photography. Anyway.
It was just ridiculous. This tantrum was going on forever. I don't know how Barbara drove that car with Andra screaming.
This is a birthday cut. Super nanny Jo Frost was born on this day in 1970, 55 years ago. As the star of Super Nanny, she taught parents how to deal with the children and how the children and parents should interact. Some sources say she was born in 71.
Okay.
Yeah. And the earth rumbles.
Exactly.
Hey, you guys. No playing in the streets.
Yes, Mr. Spider-Man.
See ya.
Here's my favorite one.
Actor Tobey Maguire was born on this day in 1975. He's 50. We know him best as Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think he best epitomized the what the character was supposed to be.
I would have to
The other
agree.
ones were, well,
Subpar, in my opinion.
Subpar.
Those coffees, they were like so good. It just gave me like a spike of energy. Like that's the caffeine I need every day.
Birthday cut, reality star Khloe Kardashian was born on this day in 1984, 41 years old today. We know her best as the youngest and the most eccentric of the Kardashian sisters on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Okay, so how do we buy some? Can't. Says here they're only available in South America.
Oh, boy, howdy.
South America!
Drake Bell was born on this day in 1986. He's 39. He is best known for his role as Drake in the Nickelodeon sitcom Drake and Josh.
And then our last birthday cut is R&B singer H.E.R. was born on this day in 1997, 28 years ago. Okay. And she had a song called Damage. Damage. All right, we're going to have Jack Chism in the house in just a few minutes. We're going to usher him in while we do some commercials and some ads, and we'll do those right now. So stick with us, and find out all about the North Arkansas Transportation Service. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. We have Jack Chism. He's the director of NATS. You've seen the buses, or not buses, but vans drive around town. And that stands for North Arkansas Transportation Service?
That's
Or
correct.
services?
Service.
Service. Okay.
Now, what do you guys essentially do? I see you guys, and I know that you do a lot of transporting. Is that all you do?
Not really. That's the main bulk of what we're doing. Most people think we take old people to the doctor.
Yeah. Okay.
End of story.
Yeah.
And we do that.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to take offense to that old people comment
because
I'm getting up there with.
You feel like you're one of those now.
Some of them now, but we take people to dialysis, to chemo, wound care, to the hospital, to dental clinics. You name it, we take them. But we take them to Burger King, we take them to Walmart.
Okay.
We take them, anyone over 18 years old can call in to Harrison Mountain Home and get a ride.
How's that different from a taxi service? Yeah, I mean, how do you qualify for that?
We have to have advance notice to make a reservation.
Okay.
We don't go door to door. We're curb to curb because we're a transportation company. The only reason we go door to door is if it's an ADA compliant thing. If they're in a wheelchair or a walker, we have to assist them.
And you have assisted lifts, I guess, for?
Yes, we have ramps in the minivans and then power lifts in the transits for like big scooters and things like that you can't push or can't fit through the doorway. Anything up 800 pounds or less. And people say, well, that's a lot of weight. Well, you don't realize that some scooters are 350, 400 pounds.
Wow.
So, and some folks with the combination of that.
With combination,
generally, it's very rare, but that's our limit on our ramps.
And is it because of the hydraulics not being able to lift it up? Okay.
The state has come out now. They have some 1,000-pound lifts. We don't have any yet, but they do have some. But the ramps would either bow or may bust the hydraulics on there, whatever. So it's just like it.
Is there a situation where that's happened?
It has happened.
Oh, it has happened.
Yeah. Once since I've been here. I'll be here 6 years, July 1, so I'm coming up on my anniversary. Doesn't seem like 6 years, but here it is.
Well, I was just telling you, you said that you're getting into that older category. Days go faster, don't they, as you get older?
Much. I don't know how I done what I done 20 years ago.
Yeah, how that works.
Looking back.
Yeah.
But we do. We have a demand route that's based in Mountain Home and Harrison.
Okay.
Our main office is here in Harrison, obviously. We serve 9 counties.
So you go out into the counties too?
Yes, part of Carroll and Madison County, the eastern part, for lack of a better term, and then all the way over to Izard and Fulton County.
Wow.
Top 2 rows of counties: Boone, Newton, Searcy, Marion, Fulton, Izard, Baxter. So we have quite a scope.
Now, when you say someone has to request it, does it have to be like a 24-hour before or a scheduled request? The more the better.
Now, they can call in the day of if we had cancellation or whatever. If we can squeeze them in this afternoon, do you run to Walmart or go out to eat, whatever, we'll do that. We do Medicaid rides and Medicare also. So if someone has Medicaid and they go through Verida, which is the Arkansas provider, we can get trips from them. We go to Little Rock. We go to Fayetteville. Anywhere in a day's drive there and back, we go. So we take more than private pay. We do the Medicaid trips also.
Okay.
Who is eligible to utilize the service?
To ride the private pay? Anyone.
Okay.
Anyone. There's no people call say, well, how do I qualify? You don't qualify. You call in. For instance, in Harrison, it's $3 if you live.
Wow.
Harrison Hill, you want to go to Walmart? It's $3 to go to Walmart, $3 go home. So $6 round trip.
Okay.
Now,
Can't beat that.
If you ever ridden a taxi, I don't know what it costs, but I've been told it's
significantly
a lot more.
more.
Yeah.
Now, is there a way to ride with somebody if the schedule works out?
Sure.
Like
if
that?
we have someone say at Pendle and down by Beamer, and they're coming in and they have almost the same trip, and they want to ride with someone, or we can schedule someone, we do that. Another thing we have is when we say vans, we have the city buses. I'm sure you've seen the big buses around town. For $1, they can get on. We have 43 stops in Harrison.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
They can get on.
Now, is that part of NATS, too?
It is part of NATS.
Okay.
So if they want to go from the square to a bank or to Walmart or what have you, they call the direct number to the bus driver. He goes to that stop, picks them up. It's like micro transit in big cities. Only we don't run on schedules. From 8:30 to 2:30, we just pick them up all day long.
Yeah. Okay.
How many vans do you run a day?
I
mean, is there more than one?
Yeah, we have a total of 59.
Oh my gosh.
And do you have enough drivers to run a certain amount?
Now,
really?
We don't run all of them. We have some spares, obviously. So whenever we have a mechanical issue or a flat or what have you,
or somebody sick or whatever, any of that. Yeah.
And a lot of them, we have part-time work. With COVID, we had to really get creative.
Wow, I bet.
So we have almost as many part-time drivers as we have full-time drivers.
Wow, I had no idea.
Like, for instance, one of your friends, he drives Wednesday through Friday and sometimes on Tuesdays all day long. So, you know, we've tried to adapt to what's out there for his personnel. Not all vans are running every day, all day long, but we try to run as many as possible and get all the people to their destinations that need to go, you know.
Your focus is to service the community.
Sure, and that's why I'm here. I told Joe Willis, I made him a promise when I started. I said, everyone's going to know about this pretty quick. Here we are 6 years later. Even you wasn't aware of it.
Yeah, really.
I mean, we knew what it was, but we didn't really know details.
Well, people say, I've seen the vans, but, you know. Now, you know, and I have been questioned several times, why don't you carry minors? Well, I don't want to be on KY3 with some runaway child. You know, so we have a consent form that a parent can sign if they need them to go to the Creekside or to the school.
So you can take just the child. They don't have to have a parent accompanying as long as they have signed.
As long as they're a teenager or whatever, we won't take like minors. You know,
but they can go with their parent and pay for that.
Well, and if the parent pays and they're under 5, they ride free. So if they're going somewhere, so if a child has an appointment and the parent wants to take them, they call. They pay $3 in town. They go to the clinic. They don't pay for the child, and then they go back home. So.
Wow.
Well, you have free pay, not free pay, but you have I forgot what you call it now, where somebody pays for the ride.
A voucher, transportation pass.
Yes. What about people that can you turn this into Medicare, Medicaid, that type of thing?
But it doesn't go through us at that point in time. Then it would go through Verida. They would call that number. We have that number at the office. They call that number and they check, make sure they're qualified, and then they send us the trips. And then
I
we
see.
can pick those
I see.
up to take them.
So you have a resource for them to contact before they.
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot of these people are on a schedule.
Yes.
And then you
some
just
are standing orders.
Yeah.
Like, chemo.
Right.
Okay.
Dialysis, things like that.
Yeah.
Where they go 3 days a week. So we go pick those up certain time in the morning, take them back in the afternoon.
Okay.
What a great service.
Yeah. I guess you have a schedule at your office, and everybody just goes in and say, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah, there's a dispatcher there, and she's actually filling it out to make sure that we have drivers available. So if someone calls in, she can really hurry and quick move those around. We like to, if we tell someone they're getting a ride, we like to do it. Now, there's times, you know, weather.
Sure.
I was going to say, during the winter time, you're probably pretty limited.
Sometimes we might have to call them and say, hey, we can't get you there because it's bad weather or we're short on drivers. It's a rare instance. We are closed on all federal holidays.
Okay.
So,
good note.
4th of July, Columbus Day, just recently, Juneteenth.
Right.
We switched from state holidays to federal holidays this year at Inwood.
Okay.
So that's why we're on that schedule. That's where most of our funding comes from, is through the FTA.
I was going to ask you where your funding does come from.
So 50% of our expenses basically is paid by the federal government. That's why we can give $3 rides, or $1 ride on the city bus. A minivan now costs us $77,000. Now, that's not our part. We pay 20% of that. So it's a $14,000 plus check that we write when we buy a new van. So it's quite expensive, but through funding,
it's probably one that doesn't have a hydraulic lift.
It's got a manual lift,
okay,
a ramp that comes down.
Okay. Wow, I had no idea that it was that extensive.
You know, whenever you say, "Is that all you do?" We don't carry freight, so we're not. You can't go to the grocery store and get a month's worth of groceries and put them in there because they could go flying across the van or whatever. So it's what they can carry on and carry off, obviously.
Okay.
In your lap.
Or under your seat, whatever, so you can
okay.
control it. And it doesn't. You don't have to call later and say, "I forgot to get whatever. It got broke on your vehicle."
Right.
But we also carry. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Learning Center of North Arkansas.
Yes.
Okay. They have 5 and under children that they help get ready for life, not just school, but life. We transport their children.
You're the school bus for them.
We're the school bus
for,
for Huntsville, Berryville, Green Forest, Alpena, and Harrison.
Wow.
So we get those kids that their parents doesn't bring them. We have car seats that the center provides.
Oh, cool.
We run routes in the mornings and the afternoons, take those children home. We also, Boone County Special Services, we carry the Adult Work Center folks in of the mornings and afternoons.
Okay.
That's how they get to their job. at Boone
Yeah.
County.
Yeah.
Those folks are great, just like the children that go to
Sure.
TLCNA.
Sure.
We also provide service for vehicles. This nonprofit. The churches bring their buses to us to get worked on, but Special Services do. Independent Living does. Anyone that has this nonprofit that has maybe a lift, because we have lift certified personnel.
So you're talking about maintenance, I guess.
Maintenance.
Okay.
And we call it cooperative maintenance, and they pay us a fee, and it's much less than if they go to a dealership or whatever.
Wow.
That's really
what a great service.
Yeah, it's a great service.
So we've got a pretty good relationship with a lot of the churches in town. We also, for a donation, some churches take kids to Vacation Bible School or places. For a donation, they use our buses. They just clean them up and fill them up before they bring them back to us, back with fuel. Several churches do that. The college, Coach Howard.
Rent a bus.
Well,
so to speak.
We can't call it rent a bus because we can't rent their FTA property, but for a donation to Nats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We both know what we're talking about,
saying.
but
yes,
we can't rent them out. But they're FTA property forever. So we work with those folks. Even individuals. Someone has someone they need to take to a doctor, and they're in a wheelchair, but they have a caregiver. We've had people for a donation, use our vans to take folks to the doctor that, if we have them available. But especially the churches, American Legion, baseball, things like that. Now, we've run into a snag this year. Used to take a bus anywhere we want to take it. Well, if you have any kind of insurance, you realize the price of insurance today.
Oh,
our insurance went up through the roof.
Yeah.
We just couldn't afford out-of-state insurance, so we have to be within the state of Arkansas.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Now. Okay. And it's kind of stifled us because Branson's right here. We go to Branson a lot.
Yeah.
Springfield quite a bit.
Yeah.
But with that being said, so far it hadn't put a big kink in anything, but some other folks, the college had to make a little change because they were expecting to get a bus to go to out of state.
I have a question about where you're located, because you mentioned going in and filling out information. So where's the?
We're on Cisco Street, right behind Colton's, between Colton's and
Oh,
Domino's.
yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Right beside Right Out Lumber.
Okay.
Their backside.
Okay.
There. Another best kept secret. We're right next to housing. So Inwood's on one side of us, housing's on the other side. And I really kind of offended me at first. Whenever the first 3 or 4 years, I was trying to get everybody to know who we were and what we were doing, and I still meet people like, who are you?
Yeah.
But I've kind of decided, if you don't need oxygen, you probably don't know where all the oxygen
that's true.
centers are.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's right.
It's kind of, if you need it, you want to know where it's at. If you don't, people will be watching and listening to this, and a year from now, I'll say, here's our service. I didn't know that. Yeah, I did see that. I did hear that.
Yeah.
But it just...
You didn't need it, so you didn't really retain that information.
Exactly.
Well, hopefully this interview will maybe spark an interest in somebody that knows somebody that needs the service. That's how that
That'd
works.
be the best present I could ever have.
Good.
If someone...
if anyone is out there listening, can they call your office to get more information?
Sure.
What's that number?
In Harrison, it's 870-741-8008.
Okay.
And in Mountain Home, it's 870-425-6989.
Okay.
And again, your hours?
8 to 4:30, Monday through Friday.
And do you have to, so if you're being transported and you think you're wanting to come back, they have to be able to be back by 4:30.
Not necessarily. If you've ever been to the doctor, you realize
it's unknown.
Yeah.
It is unknown.
So we take them. We've had a driver to get back at 10 o'clock at night from EMS or from Washington Regional.
Oh, I see.
They ran into issues, whatever. We try to get them back as soon as possible, because then we try to fix their hours later in the week, and that runs into we've already got them scheduled for Friday. They're out like Thursday night.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't pay our drivers a lot. We start out $13 an hour, and that's
they're
not
doing this for the community service
they
part
are.
of it. Obviously,
they have good hearts. These people they're really
and they're doing it for the passion of helping people.
Yeah.
But with that being said, so we try to stay out of overtime, which that runs into a lot more money, and for that $3, $10 trip, obviously if you go outside city limits, it goes by the mileage, our rates, and we won't go over all that because they won't retain it anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
But they can call into one of those numbers.
Okay.
Do you have a website?
We do, and it's on the NWAD website, nwaedd.org.
Okay.
But we are in the process of building our own website. Matter of fact, I put a little plug in here. Elevate here in town is building us a website for NATS.
How nice.
And it'll be ridewithnats.org. So when we get that
Oh,
up,
yeah.
I'll be sure to let you guys know where you can
Please
get
do,
it.
Yes,
and
please,
we'll
yeah.
put it out there.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
That's some great information.
Well, thank you.
And really, really have educated me.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to recommend people to go and check you out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that your services were that easy. I thought there
It's
was
very
I thought
easy.
it was
That-
complicated
Right.
with paperwork
Me
and
too.
There's
that kind of
nothing
thing.
to fill out. Nothing to just call in, and Victoria and Harrison will go over it all with you, and she's great. And you know, keep in mind, this is not for people that just don't have a car.
Yeah.
If you have a loved one that you need to have a doctor's appointment, you can't be off work. You got to be on the radio.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Right.
You know, instead of
Okay.
you missing work, they call in and get us. And you know, I will tell you that the downside of that is sometimes they like riding with us a lot better than they like riding with the folks.
I bet you hear all.
Yeah.
We
about
don't
it.
criticize what mom wears or if she
Yeah.
ate that morning, how her hair looks. The drivers are very complimentary. I feel like I get more compliments than I get complaints.
Good
That's
deal.
good.
And
Very
that's
good.
made a change in 6 years. I'm really proud of that fact.
Well, good.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jack,
Thank you.
thanks so much for coming in. Jack
you, guys.
Chism, director of NATS here in Harrison. And if you're interested in anything that he's talked about or would like to know more information, you can give him a call at 870-741-8008. And in Mountain Home, for our listeners over there, 870-425-6989. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Jack.
guys.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
I'm sorry.
And welcome back to Around the Table. We're cussing and discussing.
I said crap.
No.
Oh.
We were just talking.
Oh, I thought you said I was cussing.
No,
I did not cuss.
We're discussing. Usually, when you discuss things, you cuss a little bit.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
So, I know your cuss words.
Crap. Today it's crap.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not going to get into that, Dan.
Yeah, that was a good interview.
It was. Thank you for Jack Chism being here.
Yeah. Gnats.
And you know, take advantage of utilizing gnats because it sounds
I didn't know
like
that
a
I
great
could use
opportunity.
it.
Me either. I thought it was for medic. I don't know. I thought
You
it was.
know, the mayor of the once mayor of Jasper drives for them, and he'll come to there's apartments next to my office building, and he will stop there sometimes waiting for someone or drop us, and he'll come in and we'll chat. And,
That's nice.
And he works for them, and it's just a cool thing. I think this whole thing with the North Arkansas Transportation Services, just a cool thing.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's going on? You know, Jeff Bezos.
What? Yeah.
He had this thing.
Who is Jeff Bezos?
Jeff
Tell the
Bezos.
people.
He's kind of a rich dude that owns Amazon,
Yeah.
and he shoots some bottle rockets. I mean, bottle rockets. He shoots some rockets, and people pay thousands of dollars to get on the rockets.
He may shoot some bottle rockets too.
I think William Shatner got on. Yeah, that was the rocket he got on. They only go up for 2 minutes and then they float that back down.
Yeah.
I don't think you really go into space.
Right.
But anyway, he's had this big wedding planned out in Italy.
Right.
Well, the dude's already married. Yeah.
This was for show.
I don't know. It says here, did Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez get married before their lavish Italian wedding?
I don't know, Dan.
The joke's on everyone who flew all the way to Italy to watch Jeff Bezos get married. There's word he already tied the knot with Lauren Sanchez before they even left the U.S., according to a Page 6 publication. They were legally married in the States and haven't even registered to get hitched in Venice. Despite the $15 million they blew on today's ceremony and with an all lavish reception.
So it was just like a big after party.
Yeah.
I wonder if they had a ceremony again.
Oh, I'm sure that.
Or,
Yeah, they
probably
did,
had to go through all that.
But I mean, he didn't tell anybody. He kind of pulled the wool over everybody.
He also made everybody ditch their phones during the whole thing.
Yeah, and who's it say? Oprah Winfrey, Leonardo DiCaprio was there, Tom Brady, and most of the Kardashians were there, and they confiscated their phones to keep them from taking photos and that
if you're an
kind of
influencer, even you're going to go bash it all over the place. If you were privy to be at this thing or wanted to pay however much money it cost, then yeah, good for them. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Had a question come up. Should there be baby showers for men?
I think there should be baby showers for babies.
For babies. Are there baby showers for women? Oh, women are usually there because they're the pregnant ones,
Well, they're
right?
the pregnant ones,
yeah,
so of course you're going to be
carrying
there.
the baby.
And there's a trend for couples baby showers. So
Yeah.
the men are included if you want them to be. If you don't, but do I think they should have a separate one? I don't really care.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I've been to a baby shower before, and I felt out of place. I was the only guy there.
Well, that would make you feel out of place, I'm sure.
And it's more of a girly thing.
It is
because they're laughing and joking, and they don't talk about tools or cars. So I mean,
yeah,
I felt awkward.
Maybe some of the guys that are protesting or asking about this don't feel like. Maybe they feel more girly than
maybe
others.
they're more feminine these days. Maybe it's anyway. Should there be showers for men? Baby showers for men. There's an Instagram post going around that's got the internet wondering if it's time to make baby showers for expecting dads a thing. It shows how one guy's work buddies bought him a mountain of toys and diapers. Cute, except for all the low-key dudes who responded saying, I'd rather not have a party and take the cash instead.
Okay.
But that's not stopping some online baby stores from trying to get dad showers to catch on. It's a profit-driven thing, in my
do
opinion.
what you want. I guess,
Yeah.
I would be mortified if I was singing in public and my teeth fell out.
I saw you in public one time singing, and your teeth went flying out of your mouth.
They did not. You are so
both,
full of poop.
Both uppers and lowers.
I don't even have false teeth. Leanne Rhymes, bless her heart, learned just how hard it is to sing Can't Fight the Moonlight without front teeth. Her dental bridge unglued in the middle of a show in Washington, forcing her to constantly have to pop it back in.
Oh, my gosh.
She eventually told the crowd, just in case she accidentally spat her teeth out onto the front row. But until then, she says she didn't realize just how many of her songs had F, sh, and sounds that required her to hold her teeth in the right spot.
That's funny. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah, what you said. I don't want to be kind, but
well, we ran
we
long.
We need to take a break, don't we?
Yeah, we ran long on our interview, so we need to take a break right now. We'll be right back.
Exclusions apply.
Around the Table, streaming live on Facebook and Hometown TV, channel 26.1.
As we wind down this edition of Around the Table with Dan and Ann, want everybody to have a great weekend. Go out to Creekside.
Yeah, Creekside Amp.
Creekside
tonight.
And what's going on there?
There is a big concert with Tyler Farr being the headliner. Sadie Bass is going to be there, as well as Chris Luno and the White Buffalo. So please, gates open at 5, and the show starts at 6.
Yes, and also the out at Beacon Creek, they've got a gospel sing out there, right? And it's lasting till Saturday. And that's a free event if you'd rather go out there. That's going on right now.
Okay. Did you hear about this grad who publicly admits that? No, we're not going to do that.
Is it?
I think we should just go. Y'all want to know what today is?
I do.
How about we do that?
Let's do that.
Well, we've talked about Paradise Cream on this show every day. Today is National Ice Cream Cake Day.
Yeah.
Paging Fudgy the Whale.
What?
Ice cream cake seems like a very 70s thing, like 1870s.
Oh, yeah. I like ice cream cakes.
The first recipe for a sponge biscuit cake filled with cream and then frozen was published in 1870. Who knew?
Especially when it's hot.
Yep.
Happy Birthday to You Day, a celebration of a song everyone hates to sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. National Bingo Day.
Okay. National Sunglasses Day.
Okay.
National PTSD Awareness Day, post-traumatic stress disorder.
National HIV Testing Day. I guess I would wait till the day to do it, but I mean, if you want to get tested, do it any day.
Right.
National Food Truck Day.
So there's
We've got several here.
Yeah, several food trucks in our area, and then tomorrow's International Caps Lock Day.
Caps lock. Yeah, make everything
Large?
caps.
Caps.
Yeah, scream at people. Yeah.
Okay.
Great American Backyard Camp Out. Have you ever slept in your
yes, I have.
Yeah, that's cool. International Body Piercing Day.
Okay.
I don't know about that one.
No, me neither.
And then Sunday, anniversary of the iPhone, National Camera Day, International Mud Day.
National Waffle Iron Day, World Egg Throwing Championships, and first Tesla to drive itself off the assembly line.
Oh, that's cool.
So, there you go. We'll be back Monday.
We will.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yes, do that.
Stay safe.
And come back here safely Monday. We'll see you Monday.